They stared at her. Every time her feet touched the grass beneath her feet, she could feel their intense gaze, even though she did not lift her head to look, too afraid for her eyes to meet back with those that she knew were there, surrounding her, fixated upon her. No matter how quickly she increased the pace she walked, she knew they would always be there, never leaving her. She stopped upon seeing something block her path at her feet. Despite her trepidation, her vacant eyes now filled with curiosity looked to what was before her. As she raised her head, she was met with 5 piles of bones that came to her chest height. What started as a burning need to know what was in front of her turned into dread as atop of each was a single skull, each one with a distinctive look about them. Starting from the left, the first had a single eyeball still in its socket that looked clouded and lacked color, just as it had been in life. The second had limp, short blonde hair that seemed to have faded and lost the shine it once had. The third had atop of its head a fancy top hat that looked out of place. The fourth skull wore what seemed to be a fisherman's hat, while a pair of broken glasses laid at the base of the bones. And the last had hair that was still attached, which held strands of black that was mostly turning to lifeless gray and white. She turned and found many more skulls surrounding her, scattered carelessly on the ground, within the trees and flowers of the familiar place she knew as the Great Garden. Flowers of all kinds and sickeningly bright colors filled the entire garden, motionless, as if no wind passed through it. Wherever her eyes landed, she saw nothing but voids within the empty eye sockets of all the skulls staring back at her, seeming like they were closing in on her. More flowers bloomed forth from all the skulls, and at that moment, all the flowers began to move in an unnatural way, as if they were having convulsions like a sentient mortal being. When the spasm stopped, blood seeped from where the nectar would be, and in little time, the crimson liquid flowed out like water from a faucet. She was brought out of her trance upon seeing the color red invade the rest of the bright colors that now seemed to disappear from the coverage. As the blood continued to flow out, she caught sight of many other strange objects within it, as the flowers were also spewing out fingers, eyeballs, fragments of bones, and other chunks of flesh and organs that were now unrecognizable. As it began to pool around her, she tried to step away from it. However, she would find that she was now surrounded by the ichor, flesh and sinew. With nowhere to escape, the blood clinged to her feet and began to clamber up her leg. In a panic, she tried to kick it off, like a wild animal has just grabbed her leg. But it was to no avail, as the thick crimson fluid and body parts flowed abnormally up her body, quickly enveloping her lower half and torso, never ceasing its ascension up her entire being. Struggling with all the strength she could not hope to possess, she swung her body in every way, but it was a hopeless effort, as not even a single drop could be flung off her. She tried to scream, but the only thing that could escape from her mouth was silence. as if the only thing she had left was snatched from her, spelling her inevitable doom. As the second she opened her mouth, the blood and flesh covered her entire face and began to push her entire form downwards like she was only made of wet clay, and flattened her into the now vast shallow lake of red liquid and floating garbage of body parts strewn as far as the eye can see. All was dead silence, and nothing seemed to move, and the flowers even ceased their running of the vile substance. Suddenly, from where the woman once stood, a being came out in her place, dripping vast amounts of the blood it was a part of, its eyes and mouth now only a distorted vision of what was once a human skull. Many fingers, bones, limbs, and eyeballs protruded out from its body as it let out a blood-curdling screech that echoed throughout the now corrupt great garden and the world beyond. The world melts and fades into a blur, and she sits up, startled, breathing heavily as her eyes focus and see the now familiar bedroom she now calls her home. In that moment, as she looked around her surroundings, she found herself thankful to not be in that existence that she saw. All she could do was look to her hands and hide her tormented face, letting her cries stay within her mind, where she felt they forever belonged.
Symbolism and foreshadowing, you guys.
I have but one thing to say. One tiny, teeny weeny little criticism.
What's the criticism?
It's not pronounced Icor.
I thought it was Icor.
No, it's Icor usually.
Also, Devar, you seem to be
very well. Well done.
Very well. You seem to be a tad in love with what you write to a fault, but it's easily much better. It's easily much better than most of the things we read on our show. So,
well, it's better than having explain how much he hates anything, how much hatred he could potentially have.
Okay, so join us next time live when I shall read you I have no mouth and I must scream.
So, welcome everyone.
Story time in the Grey Garden.
So that was a thing that Devon had actually asked me well before the session if you could have a chance to read, and in the spirit of Halloween, which at the time of recording this, it's 1 or 2 days away, depending on where you live at this point. I thought it would be completely fine to devote the beginning of the stream of that.
Yes, that's very nice.
And it was fantastic for what it was.
It was pretty good, in fact. I never heard you reading this well, not even when we actually do our dramatic readings.
I kind of practiced a lot during the week.
Oh, yeah. I cannot tell.
Well read.
It's a shame, unfortunately, we both had a bit of throat problems, so... Yeah. But still, pretty well. You were very good going even during the coughs.
Also, I'm still trying to figure out what it actually meant.
Isn't it, Matty? Isn't it kind of obvious? It's Chloe dealing with her own issues in the form of a nightmare that pretty much symbolizes whatever she's going through.
Did all of us see that nightmare?
No, that was the audience. The characters didn't see that.
And also, all the dead skulls and bones, they were us.
Well, not me.
Well, not you. Not you. You're would be weird.
And suddenly a fairy skull. Like, wait, are you all
we're all
fairies?
fairies,
No, not
technically.
that fairy. The fairy.
Okay. So, by the way, I wanted to say that now I kind of wish you guys would hear me reading that one passage from the Book of Revelations.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
I haven't read it yet,
introductions.
so no spoilers.
So our stream
I
count
never
went
intend
from
to read it.
11 to
I would
1
burst in
after
flames.
he finished that, so that's a thing. My viewer count. Yeah, apparently
Right.
11 people heard all of Demona's stuff, which is pretty awesome, actually.
That's
And then
fantastic.
immediately stopped as soon as, he stopped, so... I guess you were able to maintain an audience. So, for those that are not watching us on the live stream, which apparently is everyone in existence, we stream this live somewhere between 8 and 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on what was it? Saturday nights. I apologize. On Twitch TV, twitch.tv/fanboyfairies. After that, it is exported to my YouTube page, Fanboy Fairies, where you'll be able to view the uncut, unedited version of the stream. Several days later, Madhog,
hello.
takes the stream, cuts it up into more digestible chunks, does some audio editing to cut out flubs, and overall try to enhance the
Now,
quality however is possible.
I actually don't cut out flubs, because if I were to do that, I would be still editing episode 1.
But he does whatever he can to increase the audio quality, and
It's
occasionally
called
has
noise reduction.
And I do that on my videos. It just doesn't seem to do anything. Premieres may work different.
Maybe you're
than
doing
Audacity,
it wrong.
apparently.
So anyway, aside from being a couple of days or a day from Halloween, tonight also marks an important event in the autumn equinox, which is basically the daylight savings time.
Yep.
So all clocks right here in Europe, not so much in America.
America!
It's going to be a lot of America this night. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It's
So
America.
we're turning the clocks 1 hour earlier, essentially, which gives us more time to do stream tonight, essentially. But, here's something cool, a little fun fact for you all.
Yeah.
Do you know how we call the daylight savings in Italy?
No, I don't.
The legal hour.
The legal hour?
Yes, and this smoothly segues to what's going to happen tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so just to give you some gameplay foundation, so Demona's
Objection.
gonna be put on trial. I mean, you could opt to not have Demona stand trial and, try to basically resist the American government with all of your might, but that's going to escalate to armed force before long. I don't recommend
Don't
it as
worry,
a
we have a
DM,
goddess who
but
can
you
resurrect from dead.
could do that. So the most likely scenario would be Demona stands trial for stabbing a certain Texan senator,
And guess who's going to be her lawyer?
all of you.
Oh.
So basically, here's how it's going to work.
Oh,
gameplay-wise.
no.
So, because of Chloe's communication, you can all talk to each other without physically talking to each other in the same room.
Oh.
Right.
So, because of that, the four of you can represent Demona with only one of you actually standing up and talking, so to speak.
Okay then. Well, like I was saying before.
Hold on.
Like I was-
You also have the option that you could spend money and try to hire a lawyer or defend Demona yourselves. If you
well,
if you defend Demona yourselves, which is an option, you stand to gain a lot more potential reputation. In fact, the amount of reputation awarded is going to be completely based on a couple of other things during the trial. First of all,
Do I kill the judge?
No. First of all, remember when
Sit
I
down.
requested that you brush up on watching DC Law around this time period?
I have had stuff to do.
Yeah, well,
well, here's the thing. Me and Ross, we've been chatting for a week now. I made my intentions clear about the situation, so he advised me to check out some gun-possessing laws in the DC area, because Manny is going to be the official lawyer.
Okay, so here's what I'm
Has
about to
Manny
say.
studied law?
Actually, that's something else that me and Ross have discussed, haven't we?
Yeah, but there's no way that you could study law, but there's no way you can get a degree in like a week's time. It's just not possible. Anyway, so what I was going to say is, fundamentally how this is going to work is the amount of reputation that you're going to get is based on how well you can defend argument without using defend Demona in-game without using in-game crutches. For example, every time that you make your character makes an intelligence check to recall information about the area, you guys lose a bit of your reputation pool. More important, if you feel desperate, you can use certain fairy magics to try to tilt the tide in your favor. These would communicate. You can use Chloe's communicate to basically send essentially white noise to the prosecutor, potentially disrupting his particular argument. You could use glibness to try to make your argument more appealing to the jury.
I need to find gun laws in 2000.
And finally, there was one other I had in mind. God damn, what was it? I was looking at your power list like, this would be useful, this would be useful. God damn it, why can't I remember what it was? I feel stupid. But those are examples. Of course, you can come up with creative uses of your magics as well, but using your magic is dangerous. Use it too many times throughout the course of the trial, and the judge and the prosecutor will notice. And that will basically result in an instant mistrial.
Ooh.
So
we want to
be
avoid
careful.
that then.
So, and also using magic during the trial, it negatively impacts the reputation pool that you can earn through this process.
Okay,
So,
guys.
I can't find and control.
Okay, so apparently we're not done playing Danganronpa since last week.
First we had the murder part last week, and now we have the trial part.
Yay, the trial.
I would like a link, you know, to
Hopefully
these
we will
gun
not
laws.
have to play stupid mini games to win the trial.
no.
Yeah, that murder party left a bad taste on Solomon's mouth, because if Titania can resurrect them all, why she didn't stop this demon thing controlling them in the first place?
Okay, since we're talking about emotional consequences, since we're talking about psychological and emotional consequences of that horrible experience, Manny has not been able to look his wife in the eye for a while.
Aww.
And he's coming at home late, and he stops by the local brewery to get a few shots. So he kind of need a distraction.
Oh,
As you
man.
can tell.
Solomon has been avoiding sunsets.
And
So
Chloe
this
had
is
that nightmare.
So
Demona is also not happy with Chloe.
There are emotional and psychological consequences to that horrible thing, even though it technically never happened because of magic.
Well, it happened, it just kind of was reversed. Anyway, so, now that I have described the gameplay mechanics for the upcoming session, we're currently in the 3rd week of March 2001, and as you might imagine at this point, you have some police officers at the front of the Great Garden.
Oh no.
Can I still do my training?
Oh gosh. You really don't want to be involved in this, do you, Demonox?
Oh no, I want to be involved. I just want to find the link first to how to do gun control laws.
Yeah,
I
don't worry. I have you covered on that front. I'll be your.
Like I said, since you'll be able to communicate telepathically, I'll give you time I'll give you time to discuss among yourselves before you have to respond to something that the prosecutor says.
Okay,
Yeah,
can I turn invisible and see what the officers want? Just be like an intercom voice.
I'm gonna guess Chloe's gonna go up to the officers and ask,
Yes.
hello officers, what brings you here?
Solomon's joining
Are
Chloe.
you, Miss Chloe?
Yes, I am Chloe.
You're the person in charge here, right?
I am.
We have received word that what the heck? Sorry, my computer was saying high encoding thing for a moment. I was just like,
What the heck? And the officers are confused now. What the heck? Oh my
Anyway.
god!
What the heck? Anyway,
They have
how are you
dreams.
the leader?
Oh
Anyway.
my god! No, I told you to run this thing. I'm only 5 days from retirement. I can handle this.
Anyway, gaff aside, he says, I've heard that a person that goes by the name of Demona has been known to be under your care, correct?
That is correct, yes.
We have a warrant for her arrest here.
Well, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
Shall I go to tell her?
Yes, I think it might be best if you bring her.
Yeah, I'm going to wherever Demona is.
I'll probably read dojo or something. Tinkering.
Okay, you're tinkering with machines in your dojo. That makes perfect sense.
Oh, for me,
sure. I
get
didn't
out
know
of the
it was
bedroom.
So you have a dojo. You have a dojo / repairing office essentially.
No,
I
I'm just sat inside the dojo. doing
Dojo
stuff.
/ laboratory. There we go.
You haven't seen the basement yet.
She's
That's why
it's
she bought
Demona's.
toys.
It's Demona's lab.
Oh god.
Anyway,
Okay,
so
hey, who's Dee Dee then?
That would
Manny.
be me, obviously.
no, I was gonna say Manny. Dressed in a tutu, going like, "Ooh, what is this button do?"
Oh
And then
no,
probably
Ross! That only happens in Wednesdays.
Anyway, I can just imagine it now that Chloe's trying to, make sure the police officers are comfortable. Like, can I get you anything? Tea, perhaps?
Donuts?
No, we thank you for your hospitality, but we're here on work matters.
Yeah.
Of course. Our first thought said we'll be waiting for a bit to find her. So,
The
I
looks
go
at the psalm and enters. Hello.
Yes. Hello. The police has come to the Great Garden, and I'm sure you know why.
Oh, what has Manny done this time?
First of all, screw you.
Har, har, har.
I
Well,
shouldn't laugh. It actually makes things worse.
yeah. They are waiting with Chloe at the front gate, so
I figured it was going
perhaps,
to.
yeah,
Just give me a second to grab my hat, and I'll be right out.
sure.
There's a few times I'm not actually wearing my hat.
Wow.
Hey, you got to have some time.
yeah,
It's rude to wear
I
it in
thought
the
you were
house.
like an anime character that never changed your appearance no matter what.
like gas mask man.
Yeah.
Mask, man.
Yeah, there's lots of people in anime that wear gas masks, and they always wear them.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so Demona dons it. for once, takes off her hidden blades. I'm pretty sure the police won't let her walk around with hidden blades.
No kidding.
No.
Yeah.
I suggest not to put hidden blades somewhere safe.
So you come before the officers, I take it, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, I've hidden blades in a secret compartment that only I know about.
Okay.
It's my office.
Right. So they just say, Demona, if that is your real name, you are currently under arrest for the assault for a attempted murder of blah 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 blah. I'm not going to name the senator.
Senator Yosemite Tex.
I'm not going to name the senator for just reasons of not
Texan
wanting
boy.
to.
Okay, Yosemite Tex is the most fake name in the universe. You can call him that.
Yosemite Tex.
I was going to say Senator Blah.
Senator Blah. Okay.
No, it's Yosemite.
Yeah.
It's Yosemite.
Oh, good.
It's Yosemite Tex. It's decided. It's canon.
Senator Hickston?
No.
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 Yosemite Tex Hickston.
Oh God.
Anyway,
So they take out handcuffs and take you in. I assume you're going in without resistance, correct?
yes,
Okay.
The sound of silence
I could
plays
beat
in the
them.
background.
I could beat them both, but I'm going to go without resistance.
Yes. So
Yeah, Chloe looks a bit conflicted with all this playing out before her.
The Mo gives a
So-
slight reassuring nod to Chloe as she sets off.
Oh, so this
She's
Manny
most likely
chooses.
going to pick those up before she gets anywhere near the car.
Yes, Manny chooses this time to come out slightly inebriated and asks, "Hey, what's going on, chicas?"
Well, Demona is going to be taken away for mauling a senator.
Huh.
Apparently attempted murder.
So that coming. Drinks a little bit. Well, somebody's going to need a lawyer. Then looks at the camera and winks.
Oh, boy.
Wait, don't tell me you're going to be the lawyer.
I've been studying law for years, even though I never mentioned that up until now.
Really?
Chloe
Really?
just looks surprised at Manny right now.
Yes, I'll have you know, I am a proud student of the Dick Saucer Online School.
oh God.
Oh,
So
we're going to be fucked. So.
after all, he needs to know the laws inside and out to know how he can break them the best. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to. I mean, for him, he prides himself on breaking the obscure laws.
And I was thinking,
yes, like for example, jaywalking on the moon.
and I was thinking, should I study law or finances? And I chose finances instead.
Oh, don't worry, you can. Oh, don't worry, you can still be useful to our cause by giving me my paycheck.
Okay, so the trial will take place in 2 weeks. In the meantime, you have to decide what you are going to do about his representation. You can again hire a lawyer to attempt to represent him, or you could do so yourselves.
Okay, what Manny is going to do. Now, he is going to share his knowledge of the law, specifically of the DC area.
Law!
The law! I am the law!
Law!
The rest of the party. Like so. This is, give me a second. This is just a Cliff Note version of the laws that really are going to be useful for us to learn to know. Here's the link in the chat.
Yeah, Manny says link in the chat.
Manny instructs the basics because this is a bit of a rabbit hole because there are law that sends you to other codes that send you to some more codes about very specific cases of when possession of a weapon is legal in the area.
Mhm.
But I'd say that for the most part, the guy should not have a gun. I'd say.
Yeah.
And this is 2000s law.
I honestly I could not find specifically.
It's current law, but the gun laws have not changed in Washington D.C. in over 20 years. So
Okay.
you're set.
Fairly
Perfect.
safe to say it's current. It's up to date.
Yes.
Okay, so we're good. So that's what Manny is going to do, and of course he's going to propose a strategy. Manny is going to present. He's going to have a killer opening statement, and it is most probable that our opponents will try to if their original plan of slander and attempted murder fails, they're going to try to revert to bring this trial into on their side by claiming that the fairies are evil, and it's going to get religious and political real fast. We need to be prepared about that situation.
Yeah, Chloe just kind of looks at the whole thing and the big stacks of paper that Manny just dropped in front of her. Like,
Okay, you have 2 weeks to study. Start right now.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, I should actually break the fourth wall for a second and address the fact that I know nothing about law. I am not a law student. I'm not a real life lawyer. I just thought this would be funny to try, and so don't fustigate me if I am not all that knowledgeable in the laws, specifically of the District of Columbia.
First of all, do we know does
What?
Demona have a crime license? Does
crime
Demona
license?
A
have?
license to kill? Definitely not.
I don't think they sell those.
But does he have a crime license?
I think he means a criminal
Criminal
past.
record.
Criminal
criminal
past,
record.
criminal record. Yeah,
But
that
that's
Criminal
going to be
record.
that's going to be tricky because Demona is clearly not a real name. That's going to be real tricky to
So, no, is the answer to
circumnavigate.
Yeah.
The answer is no. Demona has no criminal history.
So,
Yeah, because no one knows your true name, so it's
No.
basically.
So essentially, they're looking at
Yes,
Demona,
but-
who lived in.
Yes,
lived
you
in
couldn't
Beachside.
possibly choose
Jojo.
a more. You couldn't possibly choose a more fake name, could you? Just Demona.
Sally McSaggy Tits.
You know,
No, that's gonna be that's gonna be Chloe in about 20 years.
Only 20?
Well, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Oh wow, Ross! Wow.
That's a bit low even
Low,
for you.
low,
Okay,
low,
Sorry.
low.
Speaking of
Oh
which-
yes, I'm making fun of a fictional character. I think I'm okay.
Speaking of which,
What?
this is what Chloe looks like.
Oh
Oh,
god, you
yes.
actually have something? That's
Well,
awesome.
Well, this
Ooh.
is done by my fiance, who in a
Are you
spare
kidding
time-
me?
Nope.
That's
Nope.
Oh damn,
That is-
Chloe's
That's
hot.
really good art.
What happened to your glasses? I was not expecting this. Not
I didn't
at
have
all.
Chloe didn't have glasses to begin with.
I thought you had.
No, Ross assumed that she had
Okay.
glasses.
So you're supposed to be a teacher. Why do you look like a Japanese top idol?
She's in beachwear at the beach. See?
She's in beachwear at the beach. It's called Beachside. Give her the
Uh,
benefit of the doubt on that.
I want the haircut. Okay, I'm saving this. This is awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, by the way, this is kind of my bread and butter. Basically, the whole appearances deceive what one's personality actually conveys.
So you look like a complete bimbo, but you're a slightly more intelligent bimbo instead.
No, she's very intelligent.
Very intelligent is an understatement.
So
Yeah,
I've understood that
Okay, so I'd
Chloe's a
say
Moe.
okay, she's very intelligent, but not very wise. That's probably what.
Okay, wow, that was like unexpected. Awesome.
Yeah, I forgot I had this, and
That's. Can I has one?
Can you has a Chloe?
can you have a
Can I-
Chloe?
No, can I have my? Can I
She's
have
my
my?
waifu.
No, can I have my own drone avatar? Can I have my own character drone like that? That would be
Okay.
cool.
Well, if you have any references or money,
Oh,
then
well, you paid
Yeah.
for this?
uh,
I didn't have to pay for it, but I have to pay for it in other ways, in favors. So
Oh, I get you. Say no
Fiancé.
more.
Yeah.
Say no more. Wink, wink.
Okay, so anyway, so the
yeah,
let's
Before we
see. Go ahead.
go to the court, I'd like to talk to with Chloe and Manny.
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I was guys thinking during our last hearing, it occurred to me that there are many loves in our community that are not well defined, especially in our religious text. Or so maybe we should, now that Titania has provided the base, we should write the New Testament, so to speak, and make our loves much more clear and less prone to interpretation.
When you say testament, you mean manifesto or will and testament? Because
Well, I was going to a Bible reference.
okay, technically we already have a testament, which are all the books of fairy religion. So
Yeah, and I thought we already went through that song and dance.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
kind of happened before you turned up. I guess there are still some things about the religion that are vague, either intentionally or not. But basically, whenever they come up, I do give Chloe a chance to define them if she wishes.
Yeah,
Or if it's something that she doesn't know or doesn't wish to define at the time, I will give you let you know if she knows it, and then give you what it is.
yeah.
Well,
It's just one of those things that I literally cannot sit here and write 10 books of this religion. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
yes,
I give
you
them
know what
to all
else?
of you.
You know what else would be ridiculous? To study DC area law for a D&D campaign.
Oh boy. This is going to be a long night, folks.
All right. So I have elapsed the 2 weeks in game.
Wait,
I want
so-
to have done some training in the gym in the
No,
jail
you
cell
basically
while I
had
was
to.
waiting.
No, basically, you guys can't take any actions as you're preparing for the trial.
Oh gosh.
We need to study law, people. We have 2 weeks for the
Because
for the
not only
finals.
just studying the information that Manny gave you, but it's also, making proper arrangements for the trial, making sure that everyone's all registered and all
Yes.
legal-like before you appear in there. There's a lot
Yes, we need to
of bureaucratic
to-
paperwork to deal with.
Yes,
So
we need to set up. We need to
we
set
decided-
up. We
we decided
need to set up the fireworks for Manny's glorious entrance.
So basically, all of you need to decide who is
No.
going to be the one representing, at least in words, Demona.
Well, clearly, there's only one who's qualified here.
Solomon, because he has the highest charisma.
Not Manny, because he had the idea.
Oh gosh.
should
That's going to be
we
something that the
overruled.
players have to decide. I personally don't care who it is, but you need to come to a firm decision who's going to do it.
Well, here's the thing. With Manny, I have a prepared idea and statement to open the trial with, and a general idea of how to counteract everything. And besides, with Manny, it would be really funny and entertaining.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Sorry, I forgot
vote
the other
Solomon.
action. You could have Solomon command one of the prosecutor to say something or do something really stupid that harms his credibility. Why did it take me
gosh.
so long to remember that one? Anyway,
Could you have
maybe we
footnote?
shouldn't use magic.
Just
No,
unless
not
it's
unless
a,
it's dire.
yeah, unless it's dire, then we try and avoid magic so we don't lose reputation.
Yep.
Too
So-
I
much.
definitely don't
Really
vote for Manny.
hilarious.
I
So,
definitely do not vote for Manny.
So, considering you have not a say in this.
Oh, I
So,
do. I choose a representative.
no,
I'm the one on
Here's the
trial.
thing.
Yeah, it's the players. I mean, basically, all four of you
Okay.
have to consent to whoever's going to do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me say this. Considering the very particular rules of this trial, our stats really don't matter unless we want to lose reputation. So who has the highest charisma really comes in second place in importance.
Also, besides reputation, there's also one other thing at stake here. The more solidly you're able to defend Demona without any particular holes, the less chance of an appeal happening.
Oh no.
If you sting of your teeth it or use
Magic.
magic to more and more, it's going to be much easier for an appeals court to bring this back up.
Yes. Also, in preparation of this, I said weeks ago, Manny wanted to be the lawyer, and so I have actually been preparing for this somewhat.
Yeah,
and another thing, so I've missed two. I did not do anything last stream, and I missed 2 streams ago. So,
yes, we know. But,
Yes, we know.
but
That's
still,
Well, I guess
Automatic
it's fair that we
fulfilling,
let
so.
you sign.
but
Please
still,
don't fuck this
I'm
up.
just gonna put my trust in you, Madhog, and hope that that this will go well.
oh, you will not be disappointed.
I don't know.
I guarantee disappointment.
What are you doing, Rob?
Determining something.
Oh no.
That's
Yeah.
really working pretty symmetrically.
He's picking the jury.
It probably is.
Half the jury roll.
And then,
Most likely.
and then it turns out the entire jury is composed by Steves.
Turns out
My
the entire jury is fairy.
Hello, I'm Steve. Hello, I'm Steve.
Well,
Hello.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Yes, I
kind
voted
of
Bush.
awkward
Yes,
when we have
I
to.
voted Bush. I also voted Bush.
It was going to be kind of awkward when we have to call our victim the senator from Texas.
His name is Senator Yosemite Tex Hickston. It's the fakest name in existence. It cannot possibly be a real person.
Okay, so I have determined the jury's default standing towards Demona.
Oh boy.
Is Demona going to have to reveal her real name?
No.
Probably not.
The illegal documents say she is Demona.
And
Okay.
what is the last name?
Shadowfray.
Okay, so I call to the witness table my client Demona Shadowfray. Are we playing World of Warcraft?
Nate, there are people who have actually named their kids that sort of stuff. And there are families that have named that sort of stuff.
Give
Don't
me
statistically
real
think-
life examples.
Give me real life example of someone not doing it.
Maybe in some
Superman
hippie
is better than
communities.
Chuck Norris. That is an actual name of a baby.
Oh god!
Possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chuck Norris is named, actually.
Could be
No.
possible in some hippie communities. They have names like River Phoenix and stuff.
Exactly. And you should say some of the other names that we got in and out. There's actually a whole slew of names that should not sound real whatsoever. And you
Like,
have to feel sorry for the poor
oh,
kid that
you
got
mean-
named it.
Oh, you mean like Pubert?
And Park Bench.
Okay,
Jesus.
so are we ready to begin?
I guess we are
Yes.
ready as we will ever be.
Okay,
So
so
as long as Manny can do
opens
some
the
stupid.
trial of Demona Shadowfray.
The trial
Okay.
music from Chrono Trigger starts to play.